Ooh, that's not what I meant to click. I want that. And then, no. I don't want that. Hello, 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 hello. La 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 la. Okay, just wait. Why are you doing stupid stuff? Okay. What's up? Is there something wrong? Is there something wrong? Why are we saying oh my? I don't like it when someone says oh my. I don't know what's happening. Okay. And then this. It is Wednesday, and I forgot to schedule my live earlier, and that was annoying. No. Cool. That's on. This is running. Oh, I didn't hit the button, so that's not right. Okay. Hi, Lynatti. Let me know if you have any issues hearing me. I tried changing something and it didn't work. And I gotta try changing something again later. But hey. Good for you, Benign. I don't know what to tell you on that one. All right, and now we hit go. No, it's not. There's nothing to say to that, no name. Like, there's really not. It's like... Yeah, this needs to... That's not correct. All right, we'll just do this. Hello, everyone. Trying to figure out why that wants to break every time. Oh, I mean, Crisis, I have zero issues with that. I have zero issues with that. Thank you, Castle. I appreciate that. Login. There we go. And now I should be able to turn that back on. There we are. I am tracking y'all. As soon as it updates. Why is it? There we go. That's not what I wanted you to do. Okay, sorry guys. Be sure as you are coming in, no matter which stream you are on, you engage with everyone or with the live in the way that you need to. Y'all know what that means in each live. Thank you, Hillary, for the bits over there. Hey, Integrity. Yeah. I just did a number, you know? I have a feeling that Tickfinity is just not working correctly today. That's going to annoy me. There we go. All right. Happy Wednesday. We're having a great day, especially Donald Trump. For those that are on TikTok, I'm sure you guys already saw the video that I made today specifically about Donald Trump and his rededication of the Teddy Roosevelt Center or museum. Sorry, I can't remember which one exactly it is. And I just want to say, just let the man do his thing. You know what I mean? Like he wants to, I don't know. He wants to think that he was talking to Teddy Roosevelt or whatever imagination he needs to have. Just let him have it, okay? Let him have it. There is zero things wrong with it. Just let him. Let's let this old man be an old man. You know. Sometimes you just got to do what? Just what's it gonna? What is it going to do to let him just do his thing? You know. Is it gonna cost you anything? Is it costing me anything if we just let him do his thing? I will. Yeah. I don't know. Z Spark. I don't know. I don't know. Just if that's what he believes, you just let him believe it. Okay. I do have a few things, right? If you guys are watching over on TikTok, it seems like the algorithm's being really funky today on a lot of creator lives. So, what I need you guys to do is do your best at interacting in all of the ways that you know how you need to interact. That means tapping the screen, sharing the lies. I better not see that in the next 10 minutes that we have less than, you hearing me here? Less than 30 shares in the next 10 minutes. We better not have less than 30 shares in the next 10 minutes. And when you are in TikTok, that does not mean spam the copy link button. That only hurts the live. Repost it to your story. Tippy tap the screen. Send in your daily heart me. We got to do all of the things to make sure that it pushes it out. All right. So, gotta make sure. TikTok be TikToking. So, and unfortunately, Shauna, while I appreciate you doing 10 at one time, that only counts as one share because TikTok is a greedy child. It is. It's a very greedy child. But I need to make sure you guys are reposting the live real quick before I start playing anything. Also, Lenati, I might freak you out for a second. I'm gonna bring you up. I gotta see where this is coming out of. Lenati.
Hello.
Okay. I at least see where the sound's coming out of. It's not where I wanted it to come out of, but that's fine. I will figure that out later. Thank you. I'm gonna send you back down.
Tap the screen, everyone.
You heard her. She said tap the dang screen. Okay. So, if you are still supporting Donald Trump for whatever reason, or you're a Republican, call the number above my head or to the left of it on 2 streams. And that's how we'll run this, okay? But aside from that, guys, I am still constantly raising funds to take care of my cat for her vet visits because, well, the most recent one cost more than they told me. Like I said, it was $250 to get in the door. It cost more than that. And now I have to take her to another specialist that is 2.5 hours away from me. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Amy. Cav, thank you so much for becoming a sub over on Twitch. I do appreciate that a lot. Amy, thank you for all of the corals. How many did you send? Thank you so much. Appreciate you a lot. All right. Oh, GG, you wish. Oh, I have 2 signed vinyls behind me, actually, Seth. Both of them are signed, actually. Can you not see? Oh, hers is in the other corner. Hers is in the far corner, so you can't see it on that one. So I have Diamante over here, and then Bring Me the Horizon over here. So I have 2 signed vinyls. Both made out to me. Anyways, and then I was also, I know, right, Crow? I was also going to remind, 1 second over there, guys. Okay. Well, I just said I understand Pinchi. I'm messing that up. I'm so sorry. I know you do, Moose. You do a lot. Buying. That's fine. You do that, Crow. Crow, like definitely do that. Amy. Radio silence. Yeah, for 2.5 seconds. I think you guys are okay. I know that you couldn't hear me for a moment. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. And let's see. I'm not sure. There we go. We have that going. Thank you. Exactly, Kat. That's what you got to do. And if you support Donald Trump, this is the only way to reach me. You got to call the number. I don't take TikTok guests anymore, so. The auto screen came through for that one, Lenati, for like 2.5 seconds. And then it went away, but that was funny. Oh my gosh. The brief glimpse that I got at that was great. You also don't understand much on Eric. You are one to talk. You also don't understand a lot. So, I mean, ooh, thank you, Amy. So pretty. Hello, everybody over there. I know, right, Yami? How could you not like bring me the horizon? But while we are waiting on silly people to grow a spine or something, I wanted to show two things, but let me get to the right spot. I got to make sure I find them correctly. Here we go. That is one. There we go. Oop. Hey, you're not going to auto play for me. Let's give. Okay, 1 second. Crow said, here's the 15 for that being said, there's some scratch towards pet fund. I appreciate that because, oh, my poor kitty cat is just, she's struggling. What did, fingers crossed, yes. Okay, so I want to show you guys this real quick and then I'll move on to the other one. But we will see what happens here. I have to add this because TikTok's being dumb. All right, and then here, I'll see what he had to say.
Museum in particular is just fantastic. It's really great. Things that they actually gave me. You know, we're going to build our museum in Miami. They got me a lot of ideas, Doug. You gave me a lot of ideas, Doug. But they really did it well. Incredible. I even had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt. I said, what did you think about the Panama Canal? Do you consider that your greatest achievement? How do you feel about the fact that the Democrats gave the Panama Canal away to Panama for $1? You know, he built the Panama Canal, preceded really by a man who was actually, he was the tariff king, William McKinley. He was the president, and they took his name off Mount McKinley, and I put it back on because it just.
Okay, so remember, he said that he had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt. I just want you guys to remember that full conversation with Teddy Roosevelt, according to Donald Trump, okay? He said that. Let him believe what he wants to believe, okay, guys? Just let him do it. But wait. We have video of it.
The Panama Canal.
Hold on. Also, we didn't sell the Panama Canal. We gave it back to the country because it was theirs. Anyways.
Do you consider the Panama Canal your greatest achievement?
Well. Right then, yes.
Good answer.
The canal stands as one of my proudest battles, no question.
But greatness is a strange thing. It isn't always the biggest or boldest job that matters most. The Panama Canal showed what America could achieve if we held steady and acted fast when the world dragged its feet. That said, I measure my greatest work by the lives improved. Parks set aside, food and drugs made safe, the square deal given to all, not just to a few. Still, when I stood in the mud watching those steam shovels, knowing ships would pass through, changing the world's map forever.
Anyways, so real quick, I want to point this out because I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if this is the curator, but there's some like blonde woman in pictures now walking through the White House that people are saying that it's his mistress. It's very interesting. But I just, guys, towards the end of this, right, of him talking to Teddy Roosevelt, and I don't know if it's this video, and I'm not trying to show the whole thing. Towards the end of him having this conversation with Teddy, he says, "It was nice to meet you, Mr. President." Oh, I saw that one too, Casey. I was considering saying that. Kale, I'll get to you in just a second, so just continue waiting. I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was funny. Him talking about, I don't know, talking to the holographic of Teddy Roosevelt like he was a real person. Shh. Z Spark, you can't say those things, okay? Okay? You know what I mean? All right. He talked, yes, Yami, he said he talked to Teddy. Ooh, thanks for the school bus, William. In front of a soccer net goal. Sorry, in front of a goal. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Wow. All right. We do have someone on the line, so we'll see what they're about. Also, guys, keep tippy tapping the screen over on TikTok. Thank you, guys. Hey, Dak. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
21.
21. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yep.
Okay, what's he done so far to earn your continued support?
I think that he's doing quite a good job at deporting people, self-deportations. Giving them a check to leave the country, and also abortion. He doesn't support it.
Yeah, he does.
Nah, he give it to the states.
Yeah, and the
But
states get to
still.
decide what they do with it. So that's not getting rid of
Yeah.
it. That is not saying I don't support abortion. That's literally saying, okay, y'all decide what to do. And now we have states like California that's like, no restrictions. Minnesota that's like, no restrictions. So, and abortions
but
have
like
increased.
the difference is that if you have a president like Kamala, that she would have done something for women because she goes with
Women's?
yeah, she would have done something for women for abortions. She says, your body, your right.
Sorry, you just hung me up on your grammatically incorrect use of the term woman's.
Is that the only thing you understood from the things I just said?
I have no idea what Kamala Harris would have done. So, no.
She would have done something like Roe v. Wade.
Wait, so are you saying that you can tell the future? Can you give me the winning lottery ticket numbers?
Nah, I can just tell that she supported abortion. Just
She
like I could tell
supported a
that
woman's
Trump
right to
doesn't
choose.
support
Can you
abortion.
tell me where a woman's right to choose is pro-abortion and not just pro-choice and saying, hey, you
Yeah.
do what you want with yourself because it's you?
Yeah. So basically, me, right? Why
Anyway,
don't I support
so I
it
want to
is
go back to
because,
immigration.
oh,
Sorry.
so
Where's a woman's vellum?
down there.
You would be incorrect. So you are unqualified to speak about abortion. So let's go back to
Really? Because I don't
immigration.
know what the woman's body is, really?
Yeah, you
I
don't
just
know
think
where a
actions have
woman's vellum is. Yeah,
consequences.
you don't know where the vellum is on a woman's body. Yeah, you're
It
unqualified to
doesn't
speak on
really matter
immigration.
because
It
actions
in
have
fact does.
consequences.
You don't know anything about a woman's body. You're not qualified to speak
I
on
do know how women get
immigration.
pregnant.
Oh, you're doing so well. I'm sorry you don't understand a woman's anatomy. So we'll just put this out there again, sir. If you don't know a woman's anatomy, you don't get to speak on it. That's all. Cool. So
Okay,
would
so
you like to
basically, if
continue to
I'm
talk
not
about
a doctor about a
immigration,
woman's
or
body,
would you like to
yeah, let's
talk
talk
about
about immigration. Sure.
immigration? Yeah. So what has he substantially done for immigration exactly? You mentioned the self
Yeah.
deportations, and that he's giving them a $2,500 check, and that even
2,100.
according to the Department of Homeland Security's own website in their own press release, it costs at least $18,235 per person to be deported by their
Okay.
removal procedures. So
Okay.
it's costing us thousands of dollars. If you look at the Penn Wharton budget
Okay.
model, depending on how long they actually stay in detention, it could cost upwards of $78,000. And we
Sure.
already
That's
know
also
that we
goes,
have a
you know,
mass
to prison.
detention problem. We
It
already know
goes
that we
also
have
goes
a,
to
so,
prison.
sorry, I literally cannot hear you when I'm talking. We already know that we have a mass detention problem within the United States of America. You can see that on ice.gov/statistics, and you pull up their Excel worksheet where they're keeping track of everything. And you see that people are mostly being kept in detention and not actually being deported.
Can I speak now?
I don't know, can you?
Well, I don't know because you keep talking after every 2 seconds you pause.
Okay, I don't know, can you?
Well, I can definitely, but yes, why
You
do I
can
support
definitely,
it? Maybe
okay.
it's costly, but
Maybe.
okay, maybe it's costly, right? But at the same time, these people broke the law. They deserve to be deported. I
What law
think,
did
you
they
know,
break?
actions have consequences.
What law did they violate?
What law did they violate? They violated the federal immigration.
Yeah, what law is that?
8 USC 1236.
1236?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You think?
hmm
So when I pull it up and it has nothing to do with that?
Look it up.
Okay, we'll go ahead and pull 8 USC
1236.
1236. Oh, it's just about our right to detain people.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's detentions. Are you okay?
I just told you what law did they break.
But no. Here, I'll put it on the screen for everyone.
It's 8 USC
Um,
1.
8 USC
8 USC.
1236, detention of
Oh,
aliens
sorry,
prior
it's
to order of
1325 or
removal. So
1326.
this has like
Yeah.
1236 is when they're
Mistake
already
from
in
me.
the country and they're waiting on removal orders to be placed, and ICE just has the
Listen,
ability
it's
to
mistake
do
from me.
that.
It's 8 USC 1325. 8 USC
1325.
1325.
Cool. And
Okay,
what's
look
the
it up.
punishment
Thank
for
you. Have a
that?
great day.
What is the Oh, are
Have a
you
great
running
day. It could
away?
be getting
Okay,
deported.
bye. Run
It could be getting
away.
deported or
Run
getting
away
detained.
then. You said
Amen.
you said have a
Amen.
good
Live Trump. Live
day.
Trump
Go
forever.
ahead.
Amen.
Yeah, run away. I understand. You're scaredy. Okay. So since he doesn't know the law and knows nothing about the law, we'll go ahead and go over this because he is incapable, I guess, of learning any way, shape, or form. He literally ran away. When it comes to 1325, I don't disagree. All right. I don't disagree. Okay, that it is a violation to cross through non-ports of entry. However, according to 1325, guess what? And I'm just going to point this. Deportation is not required. And also to be charged with 1325, you have to then, if you are charged with 1325, you are then guaranteed the right to due process, right? And you have to go to court. And you can look at this through CBP statistics because they actually keep track of all criminal charges against undocumented immigrants and immigrants, right? And the conviction rates. Well, they charge about 80,000 individuals on average for 8 U.S. Code 1325 and 1326. However, only about 120 individuals actually get convicted of it in a year. So it's a very small fragment. And Marky Mark, you're not doing great because it does. Wait. I like this. Lenati, that person's going to say that, but they've only been online for the same amount of time. Okay. Hold on. This is funny. Actually. Hi, how old are you?
Hello, are you talking to me?
Yes, how old are you?
I'm 38.
38. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
What's the alternative?
Not supporting him.
Well,
Congratulations.
I think, I mean, I wouldn't say that I support him. I just voted for him instead of the other option.
Okay. I don't care what your action you took on November of 2024, because
Well,
that
your
was
question is
so
not very
long ago.
specific. Your question is
Yeah.
not very specific. When you say, do you support him? And I ask, what's the alternative?
How is that not
Um,
specific? I'm so sorry. Because
well, what does
that
that
just
mean,
requires
support
a
him?
yes or
Support
no
him in what
answer.
way? Support him in what way?
The actions he's taking as president.
I can't hear you anymore.
That sounds like a you problem.
Well, maybe, yeah. Now I can hear you again. I mean, the way cell phone service works in the modern world is sometimes it goes in and out.
Yeah.
But now I can hear
So
you again.
people have two options, right? When I ask a question, because it is a binary question, do you support Donald Trump? It's yes or no. Or sometimes people say,
Well, that's
maybe
not a
I'm
very
not sure.
specific
Do you mind
question.
if I ask you questions? Yeah, I ask a very specific question, right? Because
No, it's
that's how
not
it
very
goes.
specific. I
It
mean, there's
actually is.
multiple ways.
I'm sorry, how is that not specific?
Look, if
Do
you
you
don't
do you
want to
know
have
what
it,
a
you just want to like
binary
try to
question
dunk on
is? Do
guys
you
because
know
you
what a
can't get a date.
binary
That's what you want to
question
do
is?
because
Do you know what a
you can't
binary
get
question
somebody to
is?
listen to you across a dinner
Zach,
table.
I
It's very
understand.
frustrating talking to
You're
you
a
because I can hear an
38-year-old
echo of
man
my own
who's up
voice. You're
here
not
to
listening to
just
me. You're
cry and
talking over
whine
me.
about what I am
Anyway, good
unsure.
luck.
It's
You're
it's
going to
quite
stay
weird
single for life. You're
that
what's
a
called a
38-year-old
femcel.
man wants to
Goodbye.
call in and crash out immediately within 2.5 seconds because he doesn't understand what a binary question is. That means that there are typically only two answers allowed to be given. Do you support Trump? Yes or no. It's quite similar as if I asked, do you like milk in your coffee? That is a yes or no question. Now, sometimes you could qualify it and say, sometimes I do, but just not in the mornings. That's what that is, okay? It is a binary question. It is very specific. It's so interesting that they just never understand it. Apparently, yes, he was apparently trying to debate the merits of the question, which is very clear cut. It's a yes or no question, right? I think most people understand it. Okay, here you guys go. We'll ask the chat, all right? In all of the chats where we have, almost 600 people watching across all the streams, okay? I want you guys to answer this question. All right, do me a favor, answer this question. See if you understand it. Do you like milk in your tea? Wow, TikTok understands it. Oh, there we go. Twitch understands it. And that's fine, Dre. That's also an acceptable answer. I don't like tea. It's also an acceptable answer. Oh, and there we go. YouTube understands it. Wow, it's almost like that is very similar to me asking, do you support Donald Trump? Thanks, Eric. Wow. I've never been told that that's an unclear question before. So that's new even for me, which is pretty fucking funny, to be honest. But guys, y'all, just remember, okay, there's no way, okay. There is no way on God's green earth we could have a woman as president. They're just so emotional. And yet, while I continue to remain calm, the last two callers both crashed out. Bishop, no, because see, Bishop, well, I appreciate this. I don't drink tea. I said in TikTok that was allowed to be said. That's an acceptable answer as well. I don't drink tea. Right? Potato says, overruled. You may proceed. But Bishop, we'll try it with you. I already know your answer, but we'll give yours, we'll give you a go. Bishop, specifically, do you support Donald Trump? Maybe that's where we need to get like a litmus test for the chat, okay? If you support, okay, guys, all of you, all right, I'm going to give you a number to type in the chat, okay? I'm going to give everyone a number to type in the chat. We'll see where everyone's sitting at here, all right? If you still support Donald Trump today on July 1st, 2026, type a 5 in the chat. If you no longer support Donald Trump today, July 1st, 2026, type 2. We're going to do completely different ones, separate numbers. All right? We're just seeing if everyone understands the assignment. Seems like a lot of people understand the assignment just fine. Wow. Okay. It's quite similar to me asking if you support him or don't. Well, Justin, that would still qualify as a 2 then. So. Pete or Pet Gone Bad, that would still qualify as a 2. If you never did, it would still qualify as a 2. It's just 2. You don't support him. Simple as that. I never knew that it was such a difficult question. Oh. I got you, Lynatti. That's funny. So I just went with it because it just seemed, simple. But hey, I guess we'll see. Chick Math, it's still a 2. If you never supported him, it's still a 2 because you just don't support him. I love you guys asking that question multiple times across all the chats. Does show that y'all are all around the same wavelength there. So it's good. Someone asked, what was the question I asked? I instructed the chat, if you support Donald Trump, to type a 5. If you no longer support him, to type a 2. Or if you don't support him, sorry, to type a 2. And so everyone seemed to have understood the assignment. And that's all I was pointing out. All right, let's see if we can do 4 corgis for the gift gallery. Oh, you guys don't have to do it again. Y'all do not have to do it again. I was just answering it. Yes, exactly. Woof, I can't say your name, Woofy. I probably said that wrong, and I'm sorry if I did. All right. Okay, so we have John coming up on air. How are you doing today?
It's me here.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Icicle, for gifting out subscriptions. You gifted out, it looks like 5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, how old are you?
42.
42. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, what's he done
How come
so
there's
far?
an echo?
Literally, you're the only one that said anything about an echo, so I don't know. Unless you might still have the stream playing in the background. That is possible.
No, I got it paused.
Try closing it off just to be sure. It was just a suggestion. Bishop, thank you for also gifting out subs.
All right, I just closed it.
Okay,
Still an
hopefully that
echo.
fixes it. Yeah. Sorry, you're the first one to complain. It might just be your device or your Bluetooth.
Okay. I think I heard another caller say that it was annoying too.
Nope, I haven't had anyone say anything about an echo for 6 weeks.
That's because you don't listen to your callers. There was
No,
one that
'cause
like 2
that's
callers ago that just said it.
No.
You got to pay attention.
Yeah, if
Well,
you
you
are
got
on
two
a car's
listening
Bluetooth,
ears and
it's
one
gonna
mouth.
do that. Yeah, I know, and you don't know how to use either of them correctly. I get it. It's cool. But car's Bluetooth will do that too, and you have a slight delay in talking, so I can tell that you're driving, which by the way is against Twitch terms of service. So toodaloos, you can pull over
You don't
and
know
call
what I'm
back.
doing.
Sir, we can literally hear the car in the background. So that's how that works. And if you're so concerned about your echo and so annoyed by it, then just toodaloo. I don't need that complaints the entire time. You guys forget, like, you can tell when someone's on a vehicle's Bluetooth. There's a specific type of sound that it makes as you are driving. Yeah, he was, Eric. It just 2.5 seconds. And they just all... Men are doing so well. And airy sounds. Yeah, I can see that, Barbaric. I describe it as warbling. Okay. So do you know what it's like when only one window is lowered in an entire car? It creates like a kind of like a whooshing sound. You know what I mean? And so I call it warbling. It's like warbling, whooshing. It's very annoying and does not do well. Like, it makes me not feel good at all. Hillary, thank you for being subbed for 2 months over in Twitch. I appreciate that. Oh, and for the person that's like, oh, she got roasted. Like, how is someone complaining about an echo and being the only one to complain about one roasting someone? You guys have very interesting thought processes. What did I say to make you laugh, chick? That would be my question. Thought you had to pay for the shit talk? I mean, if you want to pay me, Toxic, to talk shit on somebody, feel free. I'll take it all day, every day. It's Mermaid RE0 everywhere. Holy smokes, Bishop. Bishop has apparently gifted 100 subs on Twitch. Can we get huge W's to Bishop for gifting 100 subs on Twitch? Also, Shaylu, thank you so much for lighting up the corgis in the gift gallery. I do appreciate you. That's pretty amazing. Thank you so much, Bishop. I appreciate you. We're waiting on one person to get screened. It seems to be stuck in the call screening room. And as soon as they're out, we'll go ahead and take care of them. All right. W Bishop. WWs. All right. There were a couple of other things, right? So, oh, this one was just this one was legitimately just a haha and complete cringe moments while we're waiting for a call screener. Oh, I don't know why it doesn't show it. Thank you, Lenati. Hi, Dylan. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry about that. For some reason, it wasn't showing you where it should have. So, I mean, it's fine. Do apologize. So, okay. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. It's being weird. Yeah, it's having issues. All right. And so, Dylan, you said that you don't support Donald Trump to the call screener?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. So what specifically did you call in about?
Well, I was wondering, okay, so like your whole thing is
Oh, sorry.
Trump or
1 second,
Republicans.
Dylan. 1 second, Dylan. Just to make sure for terms of service, how old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Okay, continue. I wasn't trying to cut you off.
So my question is, your whole thing is like, do you support Trump or Republicans? And my question is, who do you support? Because I don't support either side of the fence. In all reality, Epstein, I don't know if everyone knows or not, but he died all the way back in. So Biden had the Epstein files for his whole term. He could have released the files.
He actually
and
couldn't
he
because there
ducked
was
it.
ongoing litigation, right? So legally, he
No,
could not
he was
release
dead.
No. You're not aware of Ghislaine Maxwell?
I mean, well, if we look at Ghislaine Maxwell, her last appearance, I don't know who that was, but it definitely wasn't her.
N- I don't care for like A, you're not going down conspiracy theory lane. I don't care about that.
It's not a
Either
conspiracy
way, it
theory.
is. It is.
Look
I
at the
don't.
woman
So
on the
hold
plane
on.
and
Hold on. Hold on for a second, Dylan. Calm down. Okay. So here's what I'm trying to explain to you so you understand this. All right. Regardless of who you think that was, Dylan,
Go ahead, go ahead.
thank you. Regardless of who you think it was Ghislaine Maxwell in her final appeal all the way up to the Supreme Court of the United States of America wasn't denied until 2025 by our United States Supreme Court. They denied hearing her appeal last summer. So no, during the entirety of the Biden administration, there was ongoing cases against someone in charges. And so those files could not be released because it could potentially damage her case or taint the
That was
jury.
bullcrap. Does anyone actually believe? Does anyone actually believe that? I mean, you got a whole entire Epstein
Yes,
file
because it's the legal
full of
process.
people and all kinds of things.
Sir, I
They
can't
have
come
done
to.
horrific things, and not a single.
Okay. If you want to yap, you can. I personally am not going to sit here for your yapping, and I'll explain this to you. Okay. Yes, I can absolutely believe that they followed the law, right? Because during that time, the Department of Justice wasn't so quickly tied to the President of the United States in the way that it is now, where the President is asking members of the Department of Justice to do his bidding, right? He asked them to hide parts of the Epstein files. He asked them to redact his name out of it, hide his name, which was directly violating the law that passed, right? Joe Biden didn't exercise that kind of control over the Justice Department. Even if you guys want to make a claim about how the DOJ was weaponized, sure. Can we say that some of it might have been malicious prosecution? I won't even deny that fact, right? Some of it could have been malicious prosecution under the Biden administration. Absolutely. We'll go ahead and give y'all a boon with that one. I'm okay with that. Okay? But the point is, Dylan, that the Department of Justice operated independently under Joe Biden. It did, whether y'all believe it or not. If people were breaking the law, then that's why they got investigated, i.e., Donald J. Trump. That's just kind of how it goes. If you don't want to get penalized or tried in a state like New York for violating the letter of the law, don't break the laws of New York. That's as simple as that goes. But the point is, Biden couldn't release anything from the Epstein files, point blank, period, because of Ghislaine Maxwell, her charges, her case, her trial, her appeals. That's just how the court system works. So if you're going to continue down this, I'm not going to listen to this, Dylan. I promise you that. And you've been talking the entire time. I will say I do like using this because it does show when you just keep talking. So,
Matter.
okay. You're just going to keep going in circles on it. I don't. Oh, that's very true, Goku. They redacted names of perpetrators while they left names and personal information of the victims. Listen, I'm going to be very clear on this, okay? That were previous administrations in some way, shape, or form aware of what was going on with Epstein? Absolutely. Are they then culpable for not doing everything they could to combat it? Absolutely, I agree with that. As long as there is an open case that's pending litigation or actively in litigation that cannot be released because it can taint a jury pool or compromise their case or their appeals, give their appeals a boon. It's just how it works. And so Mary, I appreciate the comment. So Trump used releasing them in his campaign. So to be clear, and I've said this every time, he did not specifically campaign on the release of the Epstein files. He was asked one question about them. He only ever answered one question about the e-files, point blank, period, his entire campaign. Okay. And what he did was he said, oh, yeah, I would consider releasing those. Those ones, though, not really, not as much, because it could hurt some. It could hurt some people. So what that then prompted was for Republicans that were campaigning either for the House or for the Senate. They added that into their campaign. Hey, if you elect me, we'll release all of the dirty secrets out of the Epstein files, right? And then they balked against it. It took a what's that called that they have to do? The House had to get 218 signatures on Casey. You should know what that's called. Can't remember what it's called right now. No, it's not a filibuster, Cat. That's specific to the Senate. Discharge petition. Thank you, Jess. Yes. So they had to get a discharge petition signed by the majority of the Congress, which is 218 signatures, right? Because Mike Johnson was like, I don't want to get this on the floor. I don't want to get, you're okay, Cat. I don't want to get this on the floor. So Mike Johnson, you just got to do whatever you can. And then on purpose, after the discharge petition was completely signed, filled out, and done, Mike Johnson's like, we're just, we're gonna go on break. We'll get to it when we come back from break. Not a worries. So he did. They took break for a couple of days and then they came back. Okay, Mary, that's fine. If that's what Google says that he said it twice, that's fine. I'm not arguing with the Google machine. All right, Mary. But saying it twice doesn't mean that he campaigned on it. Yeah, Trump would have vetoed it if he could. That is true, right? And then even when they were back in legislative session and they voted on it, it was 427 votes for, 1 against, and then I believe it was 5 people abstained from voting in the House. And of course, I want you guys to remember Chip Roy is the one who voted no on the Epstein Transparency Act. So, yikes. Were you approved? What are we approving? I missed something, but hi, guys. Okay. And then it passed with unanimous consent in the Senate. Though I had heard at one point, I never found anything to corroborate this, that it was 99 with one person that was like, I don't want to vote on this at all. And so that's what that kind of won. Oh, yeah, definitely feisty. So it's all of these things. Okay. But to get back to other things in the news, friendly reminder, if you voted for Donald Trump or you still support him, call the number above my head. Thank you guys so much. Guys, mods, I'm going to need you guys to check the moderator chat. All right. Okay, we are getting someone there. All right.
Awesome.
Real quick before I get back through this, Circuit says, I don't know how you can handle the density of the minds you meet. There are a lot of patience. I'll be honest, it is a lot of patience. And just knowing that towards the end of the day, I do forget about them, especially when Clay Higgins, thank you. Sorry about that. Shep Dogs, you're right. It wasn't Chip Roy. Chip Roy's other bag of ew. Yes, it was Clay Higgins, the guy that dressed up like he was a secret agent man. Sorry. And Melissa said, MAGA, you've decided what side of history you stand on. That is very true. They definitely have. Let's see. On the DC State Fair, BPZ. You know what? I'll go ahead and skip to that. Hold on. I do have something on that. So let me get to there. Here we go. Let's open this up. Are you guys going to the Great American State Fair? Yay, nay? What do you guys think that, are you gonna go? Are we going to the Great American State Fair, guys? Because it's doing so well. It is super duper popping off. Everyone's there. Thousands to tens of thousands of people are there.
There is nothing like being on a Zoom call, filling out a soccer form, Venmoing the church contribution, the tithe for the week. Yes. Having the president call on my cell phone and being able to smile through it all. I mean, there is nothing like being on a Zoom call.
The sound is unnecessary now, but it is so packed. I can't even see the grass, guys. It is so packed at the Great American State Fair that I can't even see the grass. There are so many people there, tens of people, so many people there. You can't even see the grass that should be under their feet. It's so great. I hope you got your tickets because it is the event of the year. Thank you, Tara, so much for the galaxy. That's a weird comment. Yeah. There's the number back on the screen for y'all that are having issues. Yes, I do not take TikTok guests anymore. I'm going to say that very much, okay? So if you're a TikTok guest, you can just get out of my request queue. I don't take y'all up anymore whatsoever, point blank, period. And so if you guys didn't recognize the voice, that was Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins addressing and talking and getting an interview done to a crowd of 12 people. So no, I hope that answered your question, BPL. I am not going to the fair. And what am I thinking about it is that it's fantastic, okay? It's so great. This is a new gift, so I'm just putting it up here for you guys. They're doing great. All right. But we do have more going on where they're just the copium that is out there right now, especially with the Supreme Court decision yesterday in Trump v. Barbara for birthright citizenship, okay? The level of copium that's out there in MAGA is great. The way that individuals like Stephen Miller are absolutely just melting down. Melting down. All right. Thank you, Alex. Also, yeah. Speaking of, 1 second. Did it sound like we were in, I don't know, an airport or something? I kind of wanted it to sound like it was in an airport. If you guys are watching over on Twitch, you guys are doing amazing just by being there. There's not really a way to directly engage with the algorithm on Twitch. So if you guys just make sure you're engaging in the chat, sending bits occasionally, using highlight my message, hit that follow button. I appreciate that so much. If you are watching over on the tubes, and you want to send an insult, well, you got to pay me to read your insult. And if you want me to put it on the screen, be sure to send at least $10 to have your insult put on the screen and read out loud by me. I will not read it otherwise. And please, if you're going to send 10, it does give you more characters to write. So make it interesting. Okay? I'm encouraging this, right? You are welcome to insult me. I thrive on it. So make it colorful, make it interesting. Give me something to laugh at. At least try to be funny with your insults, okay? Just putting that out there. Otherwise, if you just support me and the things that we do or I do here, then just send a super chat, share your love, show your appreciation. We also have direct donation links, and those are Mermaid RE0 on all of the apps. We also have Jen to thank for the 15. And I saw that you got kicked out again. I don't know what's going on exactly, Lenati. So that brings us down to 135. Guys, your labor should not be given freely. So that's what I'm putting out here. That's part of the reason why we have the daily goal that's up here. Also, I almost forgot. I actually am going to start counting the dollar amounts in super chats towards the goal. So right now, that's not what I wanted. We have gotten $17 in supers. Why did I just do this to myself? Anyways, so that would be, boom. All right, 118 left. Well, you know what, Lenati, I'm trying over here. Okay, hold on. Where is that at? Lenati always telling me that I have something wrong. There. Hopefully that doesn't look bad. Okay, so we have all of that, okay? I can't calculate bits, so while I appreciate you guys on Twitch, I don't know how to calculate that exactly to what it is for me. So bits get left off, but don't think that I don't appreciate you because this all goes to supporting the platform and supporting me and my cat. MAGA has made America, the United States, into an utter embarrassment. They are secondhand embarrassment. Okay. But again, we'll just remind you guys. All right. The best way to support me, become a member, become a subscriber, send super chats, send bits, gift memberships, gift subscriptions, send gifts on TikTok. Direct donos are the best way. Mermaid RE0 everywhere. That's why I'm at. Matt Dillahunty is awesome. If I ever get an opportunity to do a live with him, that will be really enjoyable. But we do have more silliness to share. Let me make sure I get this on the screen. That's not the one that I wanted. But actually, so real quick, we'll go ahead and, yes, link in bio. You got it. We'll go over this really quickly for everyone. All right. So when it comes to the Supreme Court ruling, specifically in Trump v. Barbara, right? The holding itself was very specific. And so just for shits and giggles, let's read it to the class for everyone. All right. So we'll read it to the class for everybody. And children born in the United States to parents unlawfully or temporarily present are, quote, subject to the jurisdiction, end quote, of the United States and are citizens at birth under the 14th Amendment Citizenship Clause. Not only did they back up the constitutionality of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment, there is actually already existing law that codifies it even further. And that is 8 U.S. Code 1401 Section A that reasserts the same exact things. Because see, what a lot of individuals have missed about the constitutionality of the 14th Amendment, its long history, its standing, is that, or even just going back to the basics, the very beginning of the United States of America, the majority of our founding fathers originally came from Britain, right? And so under English common law, if you were born in Britain, you were automatically British and under British rule. You were automatically a British subject. And so that was the basis of the United States Constitution, where they were writing laws and they used a lot of the common law that was held over Great Britain. And this is one of them. Chief Justice Roberts wrote that in his opinion, right? In his concurrence for it, they explained it, okay? And then not only that, if you actually go through and you look at the Senate's committee where they were debating the merits of the 14th Amendment, should they write exceptions, right? Should they write exceptions into the law for anyone, or what does it mean that any person born in the United States, born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, should we qualify that further? Should we not? And you hear senators, right, from California arguing that I don't care if the Chinese immigrant has a kid and then that kid is automatically a US citizen. The arguments were documented. The debate was documented that they had specifically when they were reviewing to pass the 14th Amendment of the United States. But there's a few things here, okay? So we know Stephen Miller is crashing the fuck out when it comes to the Supreme Court ruling, absolutely just denying his executive order, right? But so did Donald Trump, okay? He didn't crash out, but he's just historically 100% incorrect, inaccurate. And I mean, we already know that he doesn't know history, but this just reasserts it further. And so I want you guys to listen to this, okay? I'm going to put it up on screen and we'll see what you got. All right, we're going to put it up on screen. Y'all listen to him say this.
It was the most important, and we want some others too. It was the most important decision of all of them, I think. But we'll take care of the birthright citizenship because that was not meant for rich people from other countries. That was meant for, actually, it was meant for the babies of slaves. If you look at it, it was a month after the Civil War ended that it went through.
Who wants to tell me when the Civil War ended? Can anyone tell me when the Civil War ended? Anyone? I'll just take the year, okay? If you don't know the month, I will simply take the year. The TikTok's got it. Twitch has it. Except for Junior. Junior did that on purpose, though. No. No. Jared, you're close, okay? You're close, but incorrect. It was actually May of 1865. May of 1865. Okay? The 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution was passed by Congress in June of 1866. It was fully ratified in 1867. It was not just done 1 month after the Civil War ended. It's insane how it ended at least 3 years. Bishop, I'm going to get you for that, okay? I'm going to get you for that, Bishop. Don't mess with my... Don't mess with me on that one. But we already know Trump doesn't know history, okay? We already know that. That one's true. Trump doesn't know his history. He still likes to say that there were airports in the Revolutionary War. He still acts like Hannibal Lecter is a real person. He said recently that Hannibal Lecter helped him win the US presidency. Because he's strange. I don't know, Mike. Why don't you ask Trump what that has to do with the president now? Okay? So I'll go back over this for everyone that's questioning this. What does this have to do with this now? Donald Trump literally just said that today when talking about the 14th Amendment and the horrendous ruling that the Supreme Court gave in regards to birthright citizenship. Okay? So now we have Trump reaffirming with us that he has no idea about history, nothing at all, no clue, doesn't know anything, okay? And then we have J.D. Vance also doesn't know anything. But that's kind of a different story. So J.D. Vance also was like, we got issues with the 14th Amendment ruling. And Mike Johnson also had issues with the 14th Amendment ruling and his little, shaking my head like, as a constitutional lawyer, this hurts me. Like, why? Because you don't understand the Constitution. But most importantly is Stephen Miller, because he is just a joke. And if you don't think he's a joke, then I seriously don't know what to tell you. But the man is a joke. Okay?
And cashing wealth.
Whoop, I didn't want that. And for some reason, he thinks it's necessary to be yelling the entire time that he's on Fox News every time. So I'm sorry already ahead of time for the fact that the man is screaming into his microphone. That's right there on his suit jacket. Okay? Right there on his suit jacket. So we're going to go ahead and play this.
They could be living in a foreign country and cashing welfare checks from American citizens.
That's not.
Look, I know that
happens.
some of the justices who worked on this, they think that they're so intelligent. There is no possible reading of the 14th Amendment that applies to foreigners with foreign loyalties, foreign citizenship, foreign obligations, foreign everything. They could be living in
Okay. Oh, he said the same. He does the same thing on CNN. Okay, let me get to the other one because it's also just about equally as good. How he just is so upset about this. I don't think I have the CNN one.
We have people from all over the world, from
this the
third
same one?
world nations that on their own would have never invented the wheel, let alone modern technology, let alone medicine, let alone air travel. And they can just come into the country, have a baby at a hospital, paid for by you and me, and then that baby's automatically a citizen. That baby can sit on a jury when he turns 18 and sit in judgment of you, and sit in judgment of me, and sit in judgment of our loved one.
I know that that's like Stephen Miller's worst nightmare is someone that's an immigrant, like judging him. Well, sorry, dude. They're already judging you for one. Like that's already happening. So deal with it. But just the absolute, I don't know, what xenophobia that he has. Oh my God, they could have a kid that could serve on the jury and they could, oh my God. They could decide what happens to you if you ever go to court. They could judge you. Yeah, they could. But it gets a little bit weird, okay? It gets a little bit weird. We're not done yet. We're not done with him yet. I wish we were.
So you have to
Are we
completely
banning pregnant
rethink.
women from America? Are we banning foreign pregnant women?
Well, what I'm saying, Jesse, is that you have to now think very carefully about who you let into your country, even on a temporary basis, because the possibility, as you said, for birth tourism, right? The idea that people come here just to have babies on American soil, and that baby gets to be a citizen for life. So you have mothers that come in fully pregnant, have a baby, go home, and then get
Guys, how do you become fully pregnant? I thought you were just pregnant. Is there a significant difference between just being pregnant and being fully pregnant? Is that a medical term that I should expect to learn or relearn here? I'm sincerely unsure. I don't know what to do. Also, guys, I know that you can't on the portrait live see the number to call. It's in the description. So call in if you still support Trump. Okay.
Yeah, and that baby gets Medicaid, and that baby gets welfare, and that baby gets cash assistance, and can send, leave the baby with, a cousin, a relative, whatever, and then just send welfare checks back home. You can support a whole family in the third world. So yes, you.
That's not how any of this works. he just. So hold on. If those gaming, it's Ari, you're level 1 pregnant versus level 100 fully pregnant. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Level 100 versus, oh, that's cute. Thank you. I haven't seen that yet because I had can we keep sending the mushrooms? Because that's adorable. Is Kayla here for the mushrooms? Anyways, it's insane. Oh, it's cut off too. Oh wait, no, that's on purpose right now. Just you guys got to know you're fully pregnant, okay? Fully pregnant.
Can't have the kinds of immigration programs other countries have when you can just have a baby here, and now that child is an American citizen. So there's a lot of things we're going to have to take a hard look at, Jesse.
What are you going, so now we're going to discriminate people on, specifically women, for something that they can't change? Or that, sorry, hold on, let me rephrase this, okay? You can absolutely change whether or not you're pregnant, right? You can change that, right? It's called an abortion, okay? So wait. So is Stephen Miller advocating for foreign women to have abortions before they try, like, come to the United States? Because they can't come over here pregnant? Is that what he's saying? So you can't come to the United States if you're pregnant. Because listen, you could come to the US and you could be, let's just say, 5.5 months pregnant, right? You're right there. Right there. You could be, let's just say you're 21 weeks pregnant, right? And you're here for a 3-week stay. Well, by the end of the 3 weeks, you're at 24 weeks pregnant. How are we going to deny the 21-week pregnant woman access into the United States simply by the fact that she is pregnant? Is that going to be a qualifying question for any immigrant that considers coming into the United States of America? Hey, are you pregnant? Sorry, it's a new question that I have to ask you before I can let you in through customs. Is that what they're doing now? Like, so in order for someone from another country to travel into the United States, they can't be pregnant, but well, she's already pregnant. They already planned this trip. She's 9 weeks along. Are they are they now advocating for women to get abortions? Because I thought that was part of the reason why we left the WHO, is because they advocate for abortion. They don't advocate, sorry. They say that access to abortion is a human right. I mean, I'm just asking a question. So, because all of the MAGA are scared to call in. They're being little baby bitches. I thought MAGA were supposed to be manly men and they can't call in and speak to a little woman. Sorry. Defend your man, guys. Testing for family separation didn't work. They think this will. Well, so, like, Moni, like, there's so much stuff that goes into this, right? So we know that on Friday last week, okay, SCOTUS gave Donald Trump some boons, right? They argued against asylum to a degree, okay? So it was Mullins v. Al Otro Lado, right? And in this case, it was specifically about asylum. And if CBP officers, when somebody walks up to them at the border, because that is legitimately a line for people trying to enter the United States, and they walk up to the CBP agent at the port of entry and they say, hey, I want to claim asylum. I'm from Venezuela. And so now, in adherence, and I'm not going to disagree with him, okay? I'm not going to disagree with this ruling, and I'll explain to you why. So in accordance and in agreement with 8 U.S. Code 1158, which is the asylum law, where it says that, well, let's just pull it up. I don't want to misquote it right now. Normally I have it offhand and then I'm questioning myself right now. But we're going to read it verbatim from the law. Well, I didn't want that one. This is it. Hey, why is that not pulling up the law like it normally does? Eh. The House website's just taking so long to read. I'm so used to reading it off of Cornell. Cool. All right. Here, we'll put it up on screen for you guys now. I got it. Cool. Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States, whether or not at a designated port of arrival, and including an alien who is brought to the United States after having been interdicted in international or United States water, irrespective of such alien status, may apply for asylum in accordance with this section or, where applicable, 1225 of this title. Okay? So, physically present, right? Physically present in the United States. This is the important one, okay? Physically present. This is how the Supreme Court ruled in Mullins v. Al Otro Lado. Is that, and I mucked that up. It's Al Otro Lado. I messed that up a little bit. I merged the words together. Sorry about that. So, they ruled that CBP officers can, in fact, deny someone a claim of asylum as long as they have not crossed into U.S. territory. They have not gone across that border. Fine, I'm okay with that. There are issues with this, though, right? So, I'm not going to go fully into it, but what that means, and this was written in the dissent, okay? So for people that watch or pay attention to United States news, they watch and pay attention to what the United States is doing with laws, they are going to remember that it explicitly states in the United States or in the code, whether or not at a designated port of arrival, physically present in the United States. They are encouraging, with this ruling, people to cross through non-ports of entry, okay? So that means if, let's just say, Julian walks up to CBP at the U.S.-Mexico border and says, I'm from Guatemala, I want to claim asylum. And the CBP officer says, nah, not today. Well, all Julian has to do is turn around, look along the way, walk along the southern border, find an opening, and go in. That's all they're doing, because as soon as they are physically present in the United States, they cannot stop someone from claiming asylum. It is literally written into the law, and the Supreme Court justices just upheld the verbiage of the law. That's what they did. But we do have a caller on the line, so we'll go ahead and get to him. I just wanted to get that part off my chest because that was important to go ahead and go through. So thank you for that. Oh, Jason, Pookie Pie, I'm going to help you out with something. I gave my rules. If you want to insult me, you have to pay me $10 to insult me. And I asked you to make it interesting, and you failed to do either of those two things. So, but we do have Jeff here. Jeff, thank you for your patience. Are you there?
I'm here. I just want to say,
Awesome.
why
How old are you?
pretending that Democrats are any better than
Hi,
Republicans?
Jeff.
Like, they're
Jeff.
just saying, yeah, meeting.
Hey, Jeff, you kind of sound like you're underwater a little bit, but also I need to know if you are, what age you are for terms of service.
I'm 24.
Okay, and what was your question?
Why are you standing here pretending like Democrats are these holier than now, like on pedestals that's able to like speak from morals, like better than Republicans when they're just as fucked up as Republicans? They both are
Okay.
out of touch of what the working class needs or wants, and out of touch with the youth. So
Cool. So I
why
can barely
try-
your audio is really bad. I honestly can barely hear you. People are saying you sound like you're under the sea with your audio, but I'll answer what I think you're saying using context clues. Can you point out to me Because you're saying like I'm advocating for the Democratic Party. Can you point out to me where I've mentioned the Democratic Party, or have I strictly stuck to Donald Trump and his specific administration?
Your whole shtick is wanting to get back, right?
What's
Never,
my
like,
shtick?
the other was the same viewpoint as you.
Dude, I'm getting every other word.
Is this better?
Yeah, so far.
Okay, what I was saying was your whole
Oh,
shtick
okay.
is shitting on Trump, this and that, right? And most of your conservative views, like pro-immigration, illegal immigration, anyway, stuff like that.
Sir,
But the
almost
point is
no.
that
I just
Democrats
want to
are
be
not
clear.
good at all
I just want to be
either.
clear. Like when it comes to immigration, the majority of Democrats are pro like limiting immigration, or they're mostly pro immigration reform, right? They don't advocate for illegal border crossings. But it is interesting. You said that they are bad too. Who are the Democrats bad for exactly? Bad for who?
The youth and the
No, 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 no,
lower
no, no, no,
class,
no, 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 no. I just asked you a question. Bad for who?
they're bad for the youth and lower class economically
In what way? Be more specific. That's very vague.
because they're policies that make shit more expensive and a lot
Like
more
what
unaffordable.
policy? Can you name the policy? And how did it make something more expensive?
Let's see. The fact that Joe Biden's putting more fucking cutting into spending and putting more money into the fucking the Medicaid while cutting spending elsewhere from our schools and stuff like that.
Sure, show me the law that cut spending from schools and then put more money into Medicaid.
I have
And
to
then
go
tell me
fucking
how
grab it.
yeah, you probably should have done that already.
It's a fucking call-in show. It's not like you're Destiny. It's like a professional debater. Like the hell.
Are you okay?
What I'm saying is you're shooting far above your station. You're not among the levels
I'm
like those
shooting above
pro-political
my
fucking
station.
debaters like Destiny
Sir,
or
I don't care about any other political debater, sir. You're talking to me. You maybe should perhaps remove me out of the box that you seem to have placed me in. It's quite odd that you come up here with a pronotion before you've even spoken to me for more than 2 seconds. Oh, wait, you're just upset because I asked you to fix your audio, I guess.
No, that's not why. And also, that's another thing. You have a condescending low tone. Like, you think you're the type of woman who thinks you're better than everyone when you're not. I hate to tell you.
Oh, I'm sorry. When have I acted condescending towards
You're
you? Or what about my tone is so
not
off-putting towards you? Because it's the way I've spoken this entire
every
live.
time you
So
get a
can you
caller or
explain
someone
that to
disagrees with
me?
you talk in this
No, it's
condescending tone of
just,
voice
sure,
and
explain
this like
it.
holier than
Explain the
thou attitude,
condescension.
like you got a stick up your ass
Explain
that
the
has many
condescension.
branches. All right,
How? What part of my tone
and
is condescending?
it's
I need you
really
to
funny
elaborate.
because
No, I
you
need
think
you
you're
to be
gonna convert
specific.
anyone with
Oh,
different
you're just
opposing views to
gonna,
your side.
hi. So we're not gonna gish gallop here, Jeff. If you are going to make a claim, I'm going to pressure in on it. I need you to be very specific about which part of my tone is condescending. And perhaps you need to also tell me how I should speak to someone like you,
You're
Jeff.
awesome.
The condescending started the moment like, oh, it must have been your audio. That's why you're upset. Like that is that why you're
No,
upset?
your
That man
audio
complains about
was
your audio
trash. Okay,
like
I'll just remind everybody. So let's see. Everyone, yeah, so is he in mud? He's under the sea. He sounds like an easier to understand RFK. Can't even answer the question. Got one word. My name's Jeff. Vocal stim triggered. He's breaking up. His audio. Oh wow, already surprisingly dull. Everyone was complaining about your audio from the start. You're acting like this was just me. Everyone had an issue with your audio. You even checked in with me to make sure that your audio was doing better. So how is me making sure that I can hear you to even attempt to have a conversation condescension?
the tone. First off, let me address the chat a bit. I don't give a fuck about the chatters. Those are fucking retards in your chat. I don't give a shit.
Oh, and then now we slur. Okay. So Jeff, I'm going to help you out with something. If you want to tone police, you can do it back in the chat. Okay? You're 24. You should do better, and you should definitely already know that the R word is a slur. You don't get to use that, and neither does anybody else. So perhaps this will at least teach you something. You have yet to actually explain to me how I was being condescending when I'm simply speaking to you the exact same way that I've spoken on my entire life. If you want to go and tone police someone, I'm sure there is someone out there that's willing to listen. You, however, are not it. You are upset. You were upset from the start because I asked you to fix your audio that everyone said was trash. You came up here mad. You also got more upset because you were just saying words. The Democrats are bad too. Okay, who are they bad for? Okay, the youth. How did they raise prices? And then you just name things that you couldn't show a correlation causation to, that you don't have sources that you've never read in order to provide, or that you could remember offhand, or maybe you had cliff notes for, or maybe you had something in your phone, like in your notes section on your phone, where you can type in there and say, well, Wickwoo v. Wong Wickwoo v. United States said XYZ. Like, even I have notes on my phone for things that I specifically want to remember on any type of argumentation that I want to present to another person. That's okay to have notes. This is an open book test when I'm speaking to people on the phone. Oh, Habibi, I'm not talking to myself. He's still here. He's still listening quite patiently. He's just muted because he won't stop interrupting me. So it's okay, Habibi. I'm just explaining things. You'll be okay. All right. So, Jeff, you audibly got upset, specifically when I asked you to substantiate your claims that you were making. And you would be hard pressed to find me a correlation causation study that showed that overfunding Medicaid or Medicare somehow raised the rate or the pricings for youth in the United States of America across whatever metric that you're looking for. While you are also probably simultaneously ignoring the fact that there was a worldwide pandemic that increased the prices of everything worldwide, not just solely within the United States of America. And I'm sure throughout all of this, because I can tell that you haven't stopped talking even once, right? Because it tells me when you're moving your mouth constantly. So you haven't stopped talking even once, that you are not retaining any of the information that I'm now sharing with you. I'm actively educating you and you are refusing to learn anything, because what you've been taught for some reason is that you should just listen to know when to respond and not listen to comprehend. I'm sorry that you came up here unprepared. Perhaps, like everyone else, you shouldn't make claims that you cannot back up with any facts or evidence. That's all. But I'm not going to talk to you because you used a slur. I just wanted to make sure that you listened. Bye. Squip, if they can't understand it, like, I can't help it. I will continue to talk at the same speed. But that's all it is, right? Is every time I just speak how I normally speak, it somehow becomes condescension. When a woman speaks as though she knows what she's talking about, which is just confidence, okay? It is somehow turned into them being condescending, because they don't understand that a woman can simply just speak and be knowledgeable about a subject that she is speaking on, right? So now we have to twist it and make it worse in some way, that we have to put women down. And I'm sure that he was the type of person that probably enjoys watching Nick Fuentes. And then, sorry about that, guys. To be clear, he immediately, like, I don't mind someone cussing. It doesn't bother me at all for someone to cuss. I cuss myself sometimes too, but I normally do it in extreme exasperation over something idiotic that someone said. But he, on the other hand, just decided to call everyone in the chat and myself the R slur because he couldn't back up anything that he was saying. So when you have to resort to insults like he did, you've already just taken yourself out of the equation and shown that you're not capable of having an adult conversation. So that's all that was. All right. Oh, was that you? See, you guys, like, even in the camp. Yeah. Ha! Actually, I'm gonna put that up next. Hold on. Hopefully, I don't lose it real quick. But this was a true statement. The dude wanted you to sweet talk him. He needs someone to yell at, which is why he has no wife. See, when I sweet talk someone, right? When I talk to someone so nicely that it sounds sweet or whatever else, they also think I'm being a bitch, right? Because I'm being sarcastic, right? If I talk to them like, "Oh, Jeff, please tell me more. I'm the uneducated woman. Can you please elaborate to me? I need to know. You seem like a very smart man. Can you tell me all of the things that I didn't know about myself or about politics? I know you can do it, sweetie. So please tell me more. Educate me. I need it, obviously. Please educate me." I get called sarcastic. I get called condescending. It's literally lose-lose no matter what I do. But see, sometimes, like my TikTok live specifically, likes it when we're mean to them. So, for example, I'll give you guys an example of being mean, okay? Guys, I don't know what you're doing over there in the TikTok chat. You are not tapping that screen to a sufficient amount to please me, pleasure me. So I'm a little bit mad at you right now. I don't know why we're only at 130,000 likes when I've been on for an hour and a half. We should have already been at 150,000 likes. Do you need me to put a boot on your throat? Is that what you need me to do right now? Well, I'm going to do that for you right now. I need you guys to stop over whatever you're doing right now in the TikTok chat and be double tapping that screen. How dare you not be tapping enough to actually satisfy me or this live? You know the rules. You know how this is supposed to go. I need you to be double tapping that screen. And maybe at the end of it, you'll get a good boy out of me or maybe a good girl. Which one do you want? Do you want me to call you one of those two things? Then you better be double tapping that screen. 175,000 likes in the next 15 minutes. I know you can do it. Don't disappoint me. Your partners will thank you later, as my good friend Moni always says. Oh no, the phrasing's on purpose. Don't worry. All right, let's see here. There was a couple of things that I missed. MAGA whines in the chat, but so scared to call in. Yeah, I know they do. Cool. All right. And yet you don't give this to me. All right, cool. We'll take that on. And thank you, Corey, for the 5 as well. I do appreciate that. So we'll go ahead and take down this goal by $7. We're now at 111. That is an angel number, guys. If you believe in angel numbers, someone can tell me what that means. I don't. I just know that when it's 3 consecutive of the same exact number, it's considered an angel number. But we do have more to share with the rest of the class. Welcome into Ari's classroom. We'll go over more of the crazy shit. Oh, Chicky, if you do not participate in double tapping that screen, it's okay. I know where to find you. I will come and I'll punish you. But please double tap the screen and maybe I'll still do it. I can't take myself seriously. Anyways, so yeah. Hello? Don't be doing me. That's what I do. All right. So we do have a bit more to go over. Yeah, Paul. Oh my gosh. All right. So I got to find where JD Vance also crashed out on about birthright citizenship. Oh, this one was specifically about Amy Coney Barrett. I really, three names really do bother me sometimes. I understand why they do it. All right, you guys are climbing. I'm gonna need to see your fingers work even faster. All right, let's put this up here.
Anybody? Some conservatives are angry with Justice Amy Coney Barrett. Are you one of them?
Well, look, do I think she made a mistake in the ruling? I do. I don't know how anybody could say that if a person who is an illegal alien, or a person, for example, who's pregnant and comes to the United States on a vacation, they have a baby and all of a sudden their entire family gets the benefits of American citizenship. I don't think that's what the framers of the 14th Amendment had in mind. I don't think it's the right case. But look, it was 5-4. Sometimes the Supreme Court makes mistakes. We're going to try to correct that mistake, but nobody's perfect, including the Supreme Court. Anybody?
Okay, a couple of things here, right? So A, you can't just, quote, correct the mistake, right? There are steps, there are processes. Because the United States Supreme Court specifically upheld the verbiage within the 14th Amendment, it now requires an additional constitutional amendment to make any changes to it. Now, who can tell me what fraction of Congress is required to vote for the 14th Amendment? Oh, Bran, please do better than your third grade insults. Come up with something better. At least make it funny. I know TikTok's already got it. Where's the rest of it? Oh, we've already got Jared and Twitch has it. How about anybody else? Ooh, Luis, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. RPG, that's an answer to another question. There we go. There we go. We've got people over in YouTube that are finally chiming in with the correct amount. So yes, in order for it to a new amendment to pass Congress, it is a 2/3 majority in both houses. To be clear, that's 67 senators, and I don't know that math offhand for how many House representatives that is, but we'll go ahead and divide that out. Figure it out. 290. There we go. Math is great. I wasn't doing that math in my head. 290 representatives are required to vote to pass a constitutional amendment. Now, who can tell me, do the Republicans have a supermajority, because that's what having 2/3 of both parts of Congress would be considered? Do the Republicans have a supermajority in either the House or in the Senate? TikTok has it. Nope. Thank you, Dan, for the heart. There we go. I thought you get a supermajority from the light if the yellow sun. Oh, that's funny. Of the yellow sun. It's not bad. It's kind of funny potato. No, exactly. The Republicans do not have a supermajority in either part, House or the Senate. All right? No parts of Congress have the supermajority. Okay. Here is the next question. All right? How many states have to ratify the amendment once it passes Congress in order for it to become an amendment? How many? You can give the fraction or the exact number. Rocky, I will take it. Ray, you got it. Yep. TikTok has it. Rosa, it's not 13. There we go. There we go. We got some people over in YouTube that got it now too. Nope. Twitch so far is incorrect. Moni, you can answer this. So can you, Parkers. I know both of you know it. This is an open book test, like I said, when I'm asking these questions, okay? So I don't know what this was in reference to, but real quick, Simon said, Ari isn't even talking about what Vance said. She's just talking about a completely unrelated topic. What the fuck? It's not about a completely unrelated topic. I guess I need to go back to JD Vance's word so that you understand, Simon. So we'll go ahead and we'll go back to JD Vance just for you. Okay? We're going to skip it ahead to right about here. That should be about right.
Entire family gets the benefits of American citizenship. I don't think that's what the framers of the 14th Amendment had in mind. I don't think it's the right case. But look, it was 5-4. Sometimes the Supreme Court makes mistakes. We're going to try to correct that mistake. But
we're going to try to correct that mistake. Okay? So when, again, in order to modify the language within the United States Constitution or a constitutional amendment, you have to pass a new amendment. So that is why specifically, Simon, that I am going over what it requires in order for a constitutional amendment to become an amendment. What does it require to amend the Constitution? Exactly, yeah, it was 6-3 on the federal statute, 5-4 on the constitutionality one. Yeah, so you need 2/3 of Congress, which Republicans do not have, but wait, you need 3/4 of the states, which right now that would be 38 states, which Republicans also don't have 38 states. So that's not how that works. Somebody thinks calling me a lesbian is an insult? Thank you. But you're not correct either way. But like, that's not an insult, but thank you. I see you, girlies. Anyways, I just wanted to do that. Just for funsies. Love y'all. If you are watching over on TikTok, have you guys sent in your daily heart meet? Also, you guys are losing on your tap game. I don't know what you're doing over there. I guess he wanted me to yell at you some more and tell you that I'm disappointed in you. But we were supposed to get up to 175,000 likes by the next 5 minutes, and we're only at 156. So I think you guys, I need you guys to continue to tap the screen, or I'm going to be very disappointed in you. Anyways, happy Pride. Yeah, Cabin, like, you really think it's an insult to call me gay? Oh, oh, how cute. Look, it's my favorite stalker over in TikTok on account number 25. Oh, bye-bye, Pookie. Pookie Pie. Ozzy, thank you for coming up at sub over on Twitch. I do appreciate that so much. That caller had true characteristics of a maggot. Yes, they did, Scott. All right, we have Brian. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Ari?
Yes, you got it right. I'm doing well. I hope you are.
Thank you for asking. I'm
Perfect.
alive.
And how old are you for TikTok terms of service?
I am 30 years old.
Great. And so you still support still support Republicans or Donald Trump specifically?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
What's
What is there a specific topic for today, or do you have a specific stance?
No, I let
This
other
weekend?
people choose their topic specifically. So
Okay. All right. So it's funny you brought up if I support Trump and or Republicans, because I like that you see they both don't go hand in hand.
they don't. It's just that Trump and his sycophants have infiltrated the Republican Party.
Correct, correct. I like to think of it something akin to the KKK and Catholicism. They have infiltrated, and these maggots and all that. But yeah. So basically, so are you a Democrat?
No.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I don't believe either side has our best intentions at heart. Um, all people in those seats of power are selling us out for money, specifically the super PACs. They are literally selling their citizens of America for pennies on the dollar. Democrat and Republican both.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's
that
it's
if your
yeah.
hard line is people taking corporate money or large donor money, then make sure that you are reading into, or sorry, not reading into, but utilizing the tools that are available to you to track the campaign financing. You can look at FEC. I think it's Open Secrets is also one where they track exactly who has donated to who, whether it's under a shell corporation and things like that. So no, if that's your hard line, then definitely you should.
Yeah,
I definitely advocate for money getting out of politics.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, this I use APAC tracker or tracker APAC, something like
Hmm.
that. Yeah, it's pretty good. It shows who's even taking $1, $17, $1 million from APAC, for example. So I don't think getting Republicans or getting Democrats in control will fix our problem until we have Congress people that align their interests with us.
Not necessarily, right? So there's a few things, okay? Senator Josh Hawley, who is from Oklahoma, I believe, he introduced a bill that was originally called the Pelosi Act. I thought it was funny knowing that it was called the Pelosi Act. Haha, Nancy Pelosi. Well, Pelosi actually ended up
Yeah.
endorsing his bill, and this bill was specifically about stock trading. So if you are an elected member, you no longer have the ability to trade stocks. I think it was within 90 days of the act passing into law, any elected official within Congress had to stop their stock trading. And then by the time they were next elected, all elected officials, okay, all elected officials then have to at the federal level have to divest their stocks. Their family can't even hold or engage in the stock market in that way. They have to divest their stocks to no longer be in their name so they can actively benefit off of having insider knowledge on the stock market. Well, that had the Democratic Party support in Congress, but it has stalled out in committee because of specific senators like Rick Scott of Florida, who said, "You're going to discourage entrepreneurs like myself from joining Congress, even though I and my company that I was the CEO of defrauded Medicaid, and that's how I got my wealth."
Yeah, Florida is pretty big. New York, Florida, they're pretty big on that fraud,
Oh, yeah, they
especially
are.
defrauding the government. Yeah, it's a terrible thing. They align themselves very closely with the state of Israel, so you can see where the fraud, they the monkey see, monkey do type thing.
Okay, well, I'm just saying,
Like, oh, they got away with it, we got away
this
with it.
it's not about getting away with it specifically. So what I'm talking about is the fact that this specific bill has Democratic support, but it doesn't have the
No,
support of the Republican Party within the Senate. So in order for it to get passed, then yes, you actually need a majority of senators within the Senate in order to get it passed, so we can start rolling back money um out of Congress or out of our elected officials. That doesn't get rid of, unfortunately, that does not get rid of money out of political campaigns, that was just expanded on by the United States Supreme Court by the Republican majority. Conservative
I
majority,
actually agree with
sorry.
that
But yeah.
Pelosi Act. It's probably one of the most important bills of our time.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I think it needs to be passed. If you're in a, well, no, you're in a blue state, so I would guarantee that your senators are for it.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, are you in a blue or in a red state?
Oh, I'm in a red
If
state.
you don't. Oh wow! Oh, you must be living the dream.
In what way?
It was sarcastic.
Oh, sarcasm
Yes.
doesn't always transfer well over the phone.
Yes, of course, of course.
I know most people miss my sarcasm over the phone, so.
Let me just, I'm thinking here. Yeah, so basically, whether you support Republicans, Democrats, liberals, fascists, anti-fascists, whatever you support, the money, these super PACs, everything needs to be taken out of it, and it should be done for the sole good of the public. And then I guarantee you there will be many open seats once that passes. Once that passes, if it ever does.
Okay, well then
Which I
you
doubt.
have to focus on, unfortunately, not voting in Republicans in your area or encouraging other people to not vote for the Republicans because their party is in fact against this, right? So like I'm not
Yeah,
saying vote
they're
for the Democratic Party, but there is an independent candidate in the state of Florida that's sitting incumbent in the House of Representatives who is a semi-wolf in sheep's clothing because this is his first time running as an independent after California redistricted. Can you guess what his original party affiliation is?
Republican.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's this schmuck's name?
Kyle. Oh, yeah. The Independent.
I don't think I've ever met a Kyle I like. It's already off to a bad start.
Off to a bad start. I do know
Mr.
Kyle is
Kyle.
either his last name or his first name. Ooh, I'm already in the right spots. We're going to.
By the way, what is thoughts
Or
on
not.
Thomas Massey?
What about him?
Were you for or against? Didn't care for?
No, Thomas Massey only did stuff that made himself look good. I will give him a boon. I actually, it reminds me I want to play something. Am I just not seeing his name? Where is it? There. Oh, Kevin Kiley. That's his name. Kevin
Oh,
Kiley.
no.
Yeah.
What a name. Yeah. I mean, it's just again, like you said, wolf in sheep's clothing. You got to keep the grass cut short, or else the snakes come.
Thanks, WB. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say that was well, I would say that was Donald Trump, but he wouldn't know what sheep's clothing is, so.
Oh yeah, Donald Trump's a pedophile.
So why'd you vote for him?
It wasn't confirmed until after. I thought it was just slander. I actually have huge like buyer's remorse for voting for him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try to come on these talk shows and pay for my sins by letting people know not to vote for people like that ever again. And you could tell Donald Trump was never in it for us or putting America first because of his actions in Iran.
Oh yeah.
It has hurt the American people tremendously by him trying to impress Netanyahu, and then now they are butting heads. And I believe we were threatened with the Samson option, and J.D. Vance had to go and say something about it on the podium. I'm not sure if you saw that.
What did he have to say something about? Might have missed that part.
Basically saying Israel can't be bullying or telling America what to do as far as like political
Oh,
and
where
vice
he,
versa. That's what they're saying.
yeah,
And
where
then
he
he
was
said, "Don't
like,
forget
we're
we're
your
your only
only
friend."
foreign ally. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of true though.
he
Yes
was
and no, but
showboating.
it is kind of true.
That's not. Great Britain is why Israel is where it is today. They
I
still
agree.
heavily support them, right? Like if you just look up any country that has denied calling what's happening in the Gaza Strip a genocide, that'll tell you right there who is still in support of Israel. If you look up any other country
I
that's
agree.
refusing to acknowledge Palestine as its own nation, that will also tell you who is in support of Israel.
Yeah.
Also, sorry,
Yes,
real
that is
quick. 1 second, Brian. TikTok, y'all
no
stop
problem.
tapping again, so I'm gonna need y'all to be tippy tapping that screen. But yeah, there's plenty of other, so he was incorrect. There's plenty of other countries that are still in support of Israel.
Could you name a few if you don't mind? Besides, I mean, Great Britain and America. I mean, the rest of them are just smaller, non-important countries, I would say. And I mean, Britain is not great as it used to be. Let's just put it like that. It's almost kind of like Canada. You know, you import the third world, you become the third world.
What do you consider non-important countries?
Countries. I mean, I'm talking purely about countries with a lot of money moving through them, imports, exports, business deals, large arms stuff. You know, people like that. That's with big military stuff like that.
Hmm.
Capabilities, militaristic capabilities. You know, because most of
So
these
like
people that say they have
Australia,
the state, they
would
don't even.
you
Oh, I mean,
consider Australia to be a important country?
yes, yes,
How about
I
Germany?
would. Germany after World War II has not been Germany. Let's just put it like that. Not that they were very good during World War II, but they're not any better now. But hey, at least a lot of people are dying.
So how have they not really been Germany anymore? I'm actually curious about this line.
Oh, I mean, Germany is so the foreign ambassador to Israel or for intelligence or something like that was wearing a six-pointed like basically a Israeli flag tie into their Congress or whatever, and this is supposed to be their a domestic intelligence person or whatever, you know.
Okay, so you acknowledge that they're in
That
support of Israel. That's cool, but I'm asking like how is
basically
Germany
that
no
they are in
longer
bed.
the
They are in
same?
bed with Israel.
Yeah, same with the
You know, if
United
you can't beat
States.
them,
Okay.
join them. Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean,
That
the United States is the United States of Israel at this point. Not a bad thing. It's just the truth.
right, but how is Germany no longer Germany? Or not the same since World War II?
Well, after World War II, I feel they have a guilt of some sort, like a survivor's guilt, and now they have to like pay back reparations in ways not monetarily speaking, but they have to pay back for their actions. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay, so basically, if you can't beat them, join them. They lost. Israel comes, flaunts it in its face. Hey, you could either join us or we could destroy you from the inside out. And that's exactly what they have done. Same thing to the US and Europe. This is why
Okay,
we
so
are
you
in the
you
position we are in
acknowledge
today.
then that JD Vance was wrong, that US is the only ally of Israel. Got it.
For the most part, he was correct, because all of those other ones are not capable of defending even themselves for the most part, besides America. So it's only in name
How
that
are they
they
not
support,
capable of defending
but they don't.
themselves? Are you not
So,
aware
so do they
that a
send them troops?
majority of the European countries have been supplying armaments and weaponry that they produce to other countries like Ukraine and arming up Poland?
Yes, I know. I'm not for it. They are
Okay, so they have the capacity to
bought
defend
out by the
themselves.
Zionists as well.
Yeah, they have the capacity to defend themselves.
Yeah, I mean, do you know they make the weapons, but can they use them? Are they trained to use them
Yes, they are.
on a large scale
Yep.
battlefield?
Oh, are you asking if any of them have served in combat? Yeah, plenty of NATO troops served in direct combat in our 20-year war with Iraq and Afghanistan.
Unfounded, by the way. Those were terrible wars, unnecessary wars that
Irrelevant to the
exactly have
conversation.
led us
Yes,
to
we
this
have
point.
between all countries, right? Between
I would
all
disagree. It is relevant
countries, between all NATO countries,
because we lost both of them.
most of our soldiers are not, quote, battle tested, including the United States military.
I agree. Which is why they are not ready to take over and dominate and assert their dominance over the world. They're waiting till 2030 at least, building up their armaments and getting as many warm bodies that can fill a uniform and grab a gun, even if they don't know how to use it the right way.
Okay. I'm not sure where this is going, but Brian, I
So
appreciate your
basically,
time. You have a great rest of your night. I'm a little bit over my stream time, so I am going to go
no
ahead and.
problem.
All right. Thanks,
No,
man. You have a
nice
good one.
talking to you. Bye.
Sure. There we go. That's close. Before I leave, guys, though, I want to send you guys a funny. Let me see if I can't find it real quick. It made me laugh, so I am pretty sure it will make you guys laugh. Let's see. Did I? Oh no. No. Did I? Where did I send it? Too many messages, guys. Okay, let's see.
You're awesome.
Oh, that's not the one I saw. I don't want that one. I want heh. That's one of them, but that's not the one I want. No. No. All right. Well, this isn't the exact video that I wanted, but I will go ahead and play this because, again, I thought it was funny. So, oh wait, that's just a picture. That's not what I want. Ugh, why do they suck so much sometimes?
X is saying about.
Yep. Which, by the way, while we're sitting here at TikTok, can you guys double tap the screen? Because you guys definitely disappointed me today on the likes. And I'll have to punish you later. Actually, you don't get punishment because you failed on the likes. So, sorry, not sorry.
About you with the NDA, that you pressured her to sign an NDA for wrongful termination. What is that true? What's she saying about you?
Who are you with?
With Fox Digital.
It's all false.
And what she said about you and Boebert having an intimate relationship.
It's all false.
Why do you think she's out there saying it? Was it because of the primary, ahead of the primary? What do you think is motivating it?
When did you all become a tabloid? Seriously, dude.
Well, no, I just thought I would give you a chance to respond because you've never been able to tell your side of the story, that's all. But anything you could say.
So let me ask you. I heard that you like gay porn. Is that true?
I just want to give you a chance, your side of it. That's I'm not going to get into that.
Are you a real news organization?
I'm not going to get into that.
No, come back, man.
No.
You don't like
Congressman.
that you haven't been to these websites.
Of course I don't. Of course I don't like it.
Really?
But thank you.
That's not what I heard.
Thank you for your time. Just giving you a chance to respond. That's all.
Well, he did exactly what you did, sir. He gave you the chance to respond. Do you like gay porn? Yes, that was Thomas Massey. It fucking cracks me up. It was so great. Finally being like, oh, you want to, like, when did you become a tabloid? Are you guys even real news anymore? And just is like, whoop, let's turn this about face. And do you want to tell me why do you like gay porn? No shame, you guys. Like whatever you like. You gotta satisfy it somehow. Okay? Just pointing that out there. Yeah, that's kind of a good point, Ozzy. Massey missed his calling. I don't disagree. So that's kind of a good point. All right, guys. Well, y'all go to whichever direction you want to go. TikTok, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all let me down with the taps today. Y'all let me down big time with the taps today. I'll remember this tomorrow. All right? I'll remember this tomorrow. Okay. You guys have a good rest of your night. I'll be back on live tomorrow. It is going to be another deep dive episode looking further into the Republican women. Grunt says Fox News should be replaced with this show. Ooh, I'll take it. Thank you, Grunt. I appreciate that. Calvary said Sean, are still having difficulty defining words, socialist, communism, and fascist. Can you help them? I cannot, because most of them... Fascism is hard, I'll be honest, right? But it's just it's a different form of authoritarianism that is slow to build, and it's basically sane washing people to get there. Communism is when it's a stateless, moneyless, classless society. Everyone is technically treated at the same level based off of equity, not just equality, and there's no money involved. Socialist is the workers own the means of production. Thank you so much, Real Patriot, for gifting out 5 memberships. If you received a membership from Real Patriot, be sure to say thank you. Casey, this is your 2nd gifted membership in 2 days. I love that for you. Casey got a membership too. All right. Anyway, guys, for real though, I will